The Detroit Lions have traded Darius Slay, a corner, to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Eagles get Darius Slay, and the Lions get a 2020 third-round pick and a 2020 fifth-round pick in the NFL draft. It's really interesting. The Lions had to trade Darius Slay, even if they didn't want to. There was an incident in 2018 where Darius Slay felt disrespected by the Lions head coach, Matt Patricia. And it sounds to me like after this incident, Darius Slay just gave up on having any kind of relationship with Matt Patricia. And I will say this is an odd scenario because normally I would just blast Matt Patricia. I'd say that's on the coach. The coach has to do a better job cultivating relationship, have better people skills. The coach is the problem here. Normally I would blame and go after the coach, honestly. But this is a rare situation where it's tough to tell, honestly, who's at fault. It seems like just one of those situations where, again, I don't know, but what it appears to me is a situation where Matt Patricia and Darius Slay, their personalities just did not mesh. They didn't work well together. And, it's sad, but the Lions lost a good player on defense, but they had to get rid of him. The Lions had to trade away Darius Slay. He didn't want to be there. He didn't work with the head coach, and it was time for him to go. And the Lions had a hard time getting good offers for Darius Slay because the issues they had with him were so public. I mean, people knew Darius Slay wants out of here. And he's an older veteran player. And everybody knew when a guy wants out, it's hard for a team to get leverage. Like, dude, we know you want to trade him. We know you can't keep him. If the Detroit Lions get on the phone and say, hey, do you want Darius Slay? The other team on the phone, let's say the Giants answer the phone and say, hey, we'll trade you for Darius Slay, but we're not going to give you what you're offering because we know you got to trade him. We know you, the Detroit Lions, cannot keep him because he's no value to you. He doesn't want to play for you. So the Lions really, really struggled to have leverage in this trade. In the end, the Eagles got Darius Slay again for a third-round pick and a fifth-round pick. And man, it was a third-round pick again and a fifth-round pick. This was a great move by the Philadelphia Eagles. They got a good starting corner. He's a bit of a loudmouth, but he's a great cover corner. He can cover a lot of guys in the NFL. And Darius Slay is a way better player than you could bring in the fifth round or the third round next year. Darius Slay is a starter. He'll contribute right away. He'll have a big impact on the Eagles. And they gave him a contract right out at the gate. The Eagles said, we're going to re-sign Darius Slay. They gave him a 3-year, $50 million contract, $30 million guaranteed. Darius Slay is 29 years old. The Eagles' defense got better. Good move by them. It's just unfortunate for the Lions. Again, a lot of people want to hate the Lions. They're mad at Matt Patricia. Normally, I would agree. 9.9 out of 10 times, I'd say, Matt Patricia, you're an idiot. How could you not do better? Blah, blah, blah. I think this is one of those opportunities. If you ever had a moment where you just have a bad first impression with someone, or you have a moment where you just rub someone the wrong way and you don't mean to, and then after that they always hold it against you. That's what it appears like happened with Matt Patricia and Darius Slay. Their personalities didn't mesh. Darius Slay never really wanted to have a relationship with him anyways because of that incident. And I guess, he called him out in a meeting or something and just embarrassed him and made him angry. And it's tough, man. I don't know that. I just don't know that it was the right. I don't know that Matt Patricia is the worst, biggest idiot of all time. I don't think Matt Patricia has shown some problems with judgment with, he wore a dumb shirt at one point. This is now a second incident, but I don't think Matt Patricia is a bad, horrible guy. This seems like an isolated incident and just an unfortunate incident. Now, if it becomes a pattern, if a bunch of players start coming out saying Matt Patricia is awful to us, hey, then I will, I'll say, hey, looks like I was wrong here. Darius Slay was right to be frustrated with Matt Patricia. And maybe he was in that situation. I don't know. Again, it's hard to tell. But this is the one kind of situation where I'm like, this is fuzzy. I don't know whether to blame Patricia or just say it was an unfortunate situation. And so that's where I fall. I feel bad for the Lions. They had to trade him. But good on the Eagles, man. They got a great corner. And their defense got a lot better. In case you don't know, Strong Opinion Sports is not just a YouTube channel. It is also a full audio podcast. You can find it on Spotify, on iTunes, on Google Play, pretty much everywhere you find podcasts. And if you like podcasts, please do me a huge favor and give it a listen.